feeling like I'm Akademiks. Can't run away.
But a lot of what Drake is the perception that he is the biggest, right? And the biggest is not like he would do Future numbers indie. Future would do like 70, like Future would do Meek numbers independent. Oh, let me get to Meek too, because I see Meek say some shit, right? Didn't he block me? Let me get to the Meek shit. Okay. So after all that happened, Meek Mill said, and you should probably log off if this is your first tweet. I tried to be humble and high off weed. Relax. Now I'm going to go insane with the dream. That's when somebody should took your phone. Okay. You know that cat meme when it's like, yo, enough posting. Cat meme. Stop posting. Like right here. It's time to stop posting, Cody. It's time to stop posting. This is as soon as he tweeted that, this should happen. Stop posting, bro. Stop it. Okay, but it's all good. Meek Millie and his stupidity will always amuse us and entertain us. Okay, so after he said that, the lawsuits or whatever came out, he says, "But Meek be tripping, yard." Right? Then he says, "I went indie. My last 2 show offers was in Finland. In Portugal, big festival. I think that was Portugal Rolling Loud. I think Meek Mill was like a headliner there. Yep, Portugal 2023. Meek, I'm going to break your whole career down here. I'll be telling you, I'll be giving all these niggas free advice for you just because, you're my guy. You're my guy. I'm going to give it to you free of cost, okay? So he said, my last 2 show offers was in Finland and Portugal, big festival shows, but nothing after. I sold out the Garden and went indie after. Expensive Pain, and the media made it seem like I fell off terribly. Expensive Pain, close to platinum. Okay, let me just break this down. Meek, this is what you keep saying. Now, there's slightly, let me start off positive first, because mama always say, if you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all. And I definitely got some shit not good to say, but I'm still going to talk. Let me start off positive first. Here's the thing. What I will agree with Meek is that, Meek, part of the reason why you're irrelevant right now is because the music industry, just like what they might be doing to Drake at this point, is saying, we're done. You're fired. We're good. Yes, usually when an artist is losing significant traction after being at the heights of the heights, it means that the music industry is moving on, and that's usually some corporate calls. By the way, I'll disagree with you when you say it's personal, okay? From what I've heard, I'm gonna just speak very, very candidly. Meek was a guy who used to like getting, it says 200 occasion. Meek used to get over $250,000 a show. Meek, I'm gonna be honest with you, your rate right now should be like $60,000. People will book you. You just won't drop your price. That's the problem. Like, and here's the problem for any rapper, and this is when they gotta acknowledge, rappers usually don't drop their price. They won't tell their booking agents to drop their price because it's an ego hit. You used to get booked for $250,000, $300,000. You used to get all these type of things. They used to send a jet for you just to get you to the show. The jet was $40,000 that they would take off their whatever because they say you were that hot. When you cool down, that price comes down. You gotta acknowledge it. It's okay. By the way, if you ask me, love to Fetty, Jersey legend. But I think one of the reasons Fetty got towards drugs and stuff like that, people were still booking him, but the booking fees weren't that high no more. It was coming down. And here's the thing about when people are getting booked for a certain amount. When you get booked for $250,000 for a year, kind of make you feel away when you got to get up out your house. You got to go get on a commercial. Or they say, nah, we don't have no jet for you, so you got to go pay that $20,000, $30,000 your damn self. And then you are still rolling with the same entourage, and you have to basically go and you're going to work for 1/10 of what you usually get historically. That's just how it goes. Yes, the price comes down. A lot of artists are in denial about that. They don't want to talk about that. So Meek, while part of what Meek is saying is true, yes, the industry definitely said you're done, 100%. But there's a part of it that you hurt yourself too. You're in denial. You're delusional. The price for you was coming down. You didn't want to, like, all these promoters talk. Brother, they booked you at Rolling Loud, Portugal. Do the math on that. Rolling Loud is in Miami and LA every year. They ain't never had you headline there. Do the math on that. So only place they could convince themselves to get you the headline was Portugal. Everybody knows this theory, or not theory, but this idea. When you get cold in America, you're usually hot for another 2 years in overseas. That's the last place. Yes, you're right. Overseas. In your mind, you couldn't understand it. You couldn't fathom it. That's the problem. Artists don't have the understanding that they cool down. They think it's a conspiracy theory against them. Now, I'll give a little bit of credence to what Meek is saying, because his fall from wherever his top was very swift and quick. And there are some people who basked in it. Not only me. Your label hated you. I work with people at Atlantic. I've worked with them for years. They didn't like you. They say, well, your team came through, the way y'all talked to them wasn't copacetic. They say y'all move like gangsters dealing with square professionals. But I could tell they were telling the truth, because the way you talk to everybody in your life, not only me, comes across as disrespectful, comes across as arrogant. And here's the thing. It's always, and by the way, Drake is going to see this too. The people you shit on your way up, they can't wait for you to come back down. You see all these media niggas getting at Drake right now? They felt Drake shit on them. Did y'all see the whole Joe Budden thing? We're going to get to that. Man, Drake done fucked Joe Budden's ex like a long time ago, 10 years ago. Drake repaying that nigga every single moment right now. Couldn't say nothing back then. You was the hottest artist in the game. Couldn't say it. Couldn't say, yo, that's a fucked up thing, bro. We used to smoke hookah together. We fucked with each other. Why would you do some petty shit like that to try to fuck my ex-girl? That's wild. That's crazy. But today, when Joe Budden has one of the biggest podcasts, and when it looks like, oh, the media attack on Drake is in free fall, we're going to hear how Joe speaks then. Again, the people you shit up on your way up, trust, when you come back down, they're always there waiting for you. Meek, you have experienced that. I'm telling you that. There's nobody of a higher level ilk. And I'm speaking directly to Meek if he ever hears this. The people who you think are against you are not against you. Right? Like, you were on Atlantic. I showed the person who ran Atlantic. Right? Who run Atlantic now. You know, these are white guys. They don't care that much about you. Now, I could make it to where I'm talking about, say, like Julie and them. I don't know necessarily the nature of your relationship with them, but they weren't that fond of you neither. I don't know the exact reason there, but I heard that they weren't that fond of you either. There's a lot of rappers who I thought career would have lasted longer, but their attitude killed it. One of them people keep saying is Jeezy. Everybody keeps saying that. So a lot of it, you keep saying niggas is hating on you. No. You thought, let me tell you, one thing I realized about niggas like Meek, and I think Lil Baby too, but Lil Baby's getting humbled now too. Humbled. A lot of them think the music industry is just them. 6ix9ine thought that too for a second too. It's just them. Like, basically, y'all here to serve me, work for me. I'm the nigga who make the shit. No, you're not. You're a pawn. So when you talk to the digital guy crazy, you talk to your label crazy, you realize you're just a new horse running the Kentucky Derby. It's going to be a new horse. You're going to blow your ACL. You're going to have to get put down one day. And they're going to get a new horse. Be careful who you talk to. Be careful how you act when you're in that position. So Meek Mill, like a few of these other artists, they treated everybody as they were the person that created this ecostructure. Like, music never existed before them. Here's the thing. And this is why I say, this is where you could tell who are the assholes based on how quickly they fall off. Remember I said that. You could tell who the assholes are based on how quickly they fall off. Because there's no safety nets. There's not one person. You see, when you're not that hot, you need them people to make them calls for you. Yo, I know, it'd be like, yeah, I need Meek Mill to headline. Yo, whoa, Meek Mill? Yo, I know, chill. Yo, I need a favor. Do me a favor. How long you knew me? Do me a favor. I need Meek at this spot. We're rolling out this album. I need this. Do me a favor. Those are the people those are the safety nets it's gonna make it look a little bit different for the next 2-3 years. When you're an asshole, it looked like he went from 100 to 0. How the hell did he fall off in like 3 days? Trust. Trust me. So when Meek says that, right? When Meek says, he's basically saying everything came crashing out quick. I went India and my last 2 offers were there. So first of all, you need to drop your price. I'm going to be honest with you, and I'm not disrespecting him at this point. I don't think Meek's ego is one that would build up. He's dropping music indie. Meek right now need to go on 2,000 or 2,500 tour dates. But that's the thing about also artists, the more they're in the game, they get lazy. Meek has done an arena. Every year, Meek does one big arena show a year. Meek Mill and Friends, Wells Fargo. Philly loves him. He's a Philly legend. But if he ever really wants to get back hot, you know what he got to do? 2,500 venues all throughout the country promoting his new album that's dropped in indie. Spend a little money on marketing, a little money on radio, get one to be a little bit catchy, and go. That's an ego hit. Because these niggas start walking around like they invented Earth. Yo, I sold out. Nigga, I did the Garden. You see, he even says it here. Sold out the Garden. Boy, you're not owed to sold out nothing. You need to go do 2,005. You need to come back to New York, do Terminal 5 3 times. You got to go build that audience back up again. These guys get so lazy. They're looking at I'm a big artist. Who's going to respect me as what it is? In the music industry, it ain't what you did for me back then. It's what are you doing now? There's no promoters calling. You know what they call his booking agent? Yo, we could put Meek on this. You know what they trying to put Meek on now? Smaller events. How much you could pay him? 70,000, 60,000. Still good money. Boy, want 200. At least want 100 bands. All right, never mind. I got it. We good. We'll get somebody else that the kid's into. We'll get Boss Man D-Lo. He charged half the price, and he gonna bring more of the crowd for the kids. You gotta humble yourself. Drake gonna have to do that too a little bit. Gotta understand. Drake, you done shit on a bunch of people. You fucked a lot of niggas' girls. It is what it is. You was having a good old time, piping everybody's bitch out. Oh, you like her? All right, I'm teabagging her tomorrow. I'm nutting on her face. I'm doing a fucking date with her in Dodger Stadium. She's with me in Turks, nigga. I'm fucking her while the Dolphins are yeah, all of that. Yeah. Oh, that's your wife? Oh man. Dunking dick in her pussy like it's a teabag, man. It's yeah. Great. Them niggas was tight. Somebody go ask DJ Drama. I don't give a fuck if he said he's cool with Drake because they did piece it up. Is he silently like, oh, about fucking time? Of course. Drake fucked his girl. Of course he's happy. Drake done fucked Tahiri allegedly. Of course of course Joe is happy. Of course. Fuck, like, I'll be happy too. If Drake fucked my chick, I'll be like, of course. And by the way, I give these niggas credit. I'm going to tell you why I give them credit. Because I ain't going to lie. When I don't like a person, it's hard for me to pretend. I can't do the pretending shit. If I was Joe, I couldn't even be this impartial for this long. I'd have been hating from the get-go. He was impartial for dumb long because he knew he had to. That nigga waited till now. You gotta remember, Tahiri was a chick he was hiding on the beds with. Like he was hiding on the bed playing hide and go seek. Like, come on, that's his joint. That's his joint. Let's be honest. Drake done fuck some of these niggas, like executive niggas, like love interest. Come on. So I get it. And that is something Drake is going to have to answer for himself. He has to take accountability for that. A lot of those people, again, I do think I'm the most powerful nigga when it comes to media and the biggest voice. But I'm the only voice who's saying, let's give Drake a fair chance. He's not that bad of a guy. Joe Budden just came out and said Drake is a sack of shit. Look. So it's like, I'm over here saying, all right, let's be fair. Bruh.